He's a good kid. Just graduated from Oak Park River Forest High School, headed to college. Likes Dr. Pepper, plenty of friends, drinks beer when he can get it. But marijuana is easier to find. It's around so much, he says, that choosing not to indulge can sometimes be difficult. There's a reason they call it Smoke Park Reefer Forest, he said matter-of-factly. Taken from the Chicago Magazine this September of 2009. The following three quotes were taken from viewpoints from the April 14th edition of the Wednesday Journal. The problem with high school students face nowadays isn't booze or weed. The main problem these kids face is overly intrusive adults and angst-ridden parents. The second. But the biggest problem is all the parents who believe that drugs are a rite of passage. Finally, I thought my high school experience was pretty typical until I started meeting people in college who were shocked at the level and prevalence of drug use at my high school. Again, three viewpoints from our April 2010 Wednesday Journal. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Nathaniel Rouse, and I am the principal here at Oak Park and River Forest High School. I would like to thank all of you for taking time out of your busy schedules to join with us in our discussion tonight about a very serious issue for our Oak Park and River Forest communities: substance abuse amongst our youth. By joining us tonight, we hope that the range of experts assembled on this stage, who represent the many prevention, intervention efforts, and resources that our wonderful school and community have to offer, will provide you the opportunity to walk away being more informed and aware of the range of issues around youth and teen drug and alcohol use and what this means for our community and school education. It gives me great pleasure to introduce to you our Superintendent, Dr. Attila Weninger. Thank you.
Good evening, and thank you for coming. I'm supposed to give a welcome and introduce some people, which I'm going to do, but I'm first going to tell you that the reason I'm wearing these glasses is because I had cataract surgery this morning, and the marvels of medicine and technology are truly remarkable. But the reason I'm not wearing a tie and suit, as I normally do, is very purposeful, and that's because rather than have a position and a title separate the distance between you and the kids and me and all of the other officials that are here, I think it's really important that we relax and have a very, as Nate pointed out, serious conversation about this topic, and that we don't stop that conversation tonight. It has to go on and on and on if we are going to reach the ultimate goal. And so it's about having that conversation and feeling a little bit more relaxed about it and making sure that we are that way with each other tonight. First of all, I'd like to recognize at least two of our board members that I know are here. If there are others that are, would you please stand? I know we have Terry Finnegan and Amy McCormick, as well as other board members. If you'd please stand wherever you are so you can be recognized. And Dr. Ralph Lee back over there. Thank you. Thank you for your support. I'd also like to welcome the officials from all of the governmental bodies, as well as any of the heads of those governmental bodies, as well as not-for-profit groups, and certainly parents and concerned citizens to your high school. I'd also like to thank our panelists, who we introduce shortly, for your time and effort and your concern about our kids as well. And in particular, I would like to thank the Citizens Council of the high school for putting this all together and having the vision to believe that we could have a conversation and that conversation would not be polarized as many issues in this community become. And it's important that we not polarize the issue, and that we accept the facts as they are, and that we work together to try to find a solution and not stake out grounds and just find ways in which we can debate with each other. These are our kids. These are our greatest and most important assets. We need together to find a way to help them help themselves. Back in the fall, when the co-chairs of the Citizens Council, Iris and Liz, sat down with me and we began to formulate the agenda for this year's Citizens Council meetings, one of the topics that came up was substance use by kids. And as a result of a March forum that the Citizens Council held upstairs in the staff cafeteria, came the idea of a forum, and a subcommittee was formed putting this together. So I'd like these individuals to please stand, and I believe that you're all here, and be recognized for your hard work and effort in trying to get us to where we are today in a way that's serious and productive. Certainly Iris Saavedra, the co-chair of the Citizens Council, Chris Reno Ogden, if you'd please stand, Deb Quantak, Jamil Busab, Ron Orzel, Mimi Skapek, Sue Foran, and Penny Wallingford. Please give them your support with a round of applause. So I have three things to tell you, very briefly, because the more important things are to come this evening. First of all, the Board of Education set as one of its goals this year the issue about teen substance use and abuse. It is a very specifically stated goal, and we have begun working on that. As you can imagine, it's a large issue, and initially our goal is to begin to collect very serious and accurate data about that issue and formulate some kind of a foundation base of data which we can then use to help drive decision making. The district takes this issue very seriously, and the Board of Education in particular did, with its recognition by making it a board goal. Earlier this fall, the term ground zero was used to describe where the issue was, and the high school was called ground zero for the drug issue in Oak Park and River Forest. Let me tell you that the high school is not ground zero. Ground zero is wherever the kids are. I'm not saying that the kids are ground zero for the problem. What I'm saying is that whether a student, one of our students, one of our teenagers, middle school through college in this community is where ground zero ought to be. Whether it's in a home, on the street, in a park district facility or grounds, at a school, in a church, in employment, or any place within our two villages. Ground zero is helping our kids, and wherever they are, we need to help them. And that also means then that we all have responsibilities. It is not one governmental agency, it is not the school, it is not the township, it is not the village of Oak Park or River Forest or any social service agency responsibility solely to address this issue. It is all of our issues. Because wherever the kids are, that's going to be where the issues really are. And I want to make that point to you. We certainly have a responsibility here at the high school, as do the middle schools, as do the homes and the churches, etc. We all have to take ownership for that responsibility. And the third message is this. I am really hopeful that this forum tonight is the beginning of a community, systemic, and sustained effort to eradicate the use of alcohol and drugs among our kids. But I will tell you, as John Williams told us in March, that can't happen if all we're going to do is have one forum and a lot of opinion. Gosh knows there are as many answers to this issue as there are opinions in the two villages. We need to sustain this effort, and we need to do it in a way not as one-time deals, but we need to work towards developing programs and attitudes about the use of alcohol and drugs by our kids. I ask you to sustain that effort. Tonight is only the beginning of that, and I really believe that we can be successful in that eradication if we have the will to do it. Thank you for coming. We hope you find the evening productive, and we ask that you become involved at the end of the evening.